In this video, we'll learn how to use a SharePoint list creatively to remove a range of pages from a PDF document. We'll build a Power Automate flow that removes PDF pages based on page numbers provided by whomever creates a list item. In this example, we'll use a SharePoint list created specifically to suit this purpose. This list is very pared down, but it requires a page range to accompany a PDF attachment to remove pages. We'll begin by creating an automated flow and selecting the SharePoint When an Item is Created trigger action. The first thing we'll do is open and configure our trigger action. We'll select our site address and list name here. In our next step, we'll implement the Get Attachments action from the SharePoint connector. When we feed this action the list item ID from our trigger along with the same site address and list name, it will return details about files attached to that list item. Following our Get Attachments action, we'll next implement the Get Attachment Content action. After we feed this action the same list item ID, site address, and list name as our prior two actions, it can use the file identifier value to bring list item attachment file bytes into our flow. Since the file identifier value is an array, Power Automate will automatically place the Get Attachment Content action in a for each control. Now that we have attachment file bytes in our flow, we'll implement our PDF page removal action. We'll find this action by first searching for the Cloudmersive PDF connector and then clicking See More to view the actions list. On the actions list, we'll search for the Remove Delete Pages from a PDF document action. Upon selecting this action, we'll need to create our Cloudmersive PDF connection. We can do that for free by creating a free account on the Cloudmersive website. This gives us a free API key with 800 API calls per month and 0 additional commitments. Once our connection is saved, we'll configure our PDF page removal request. This part is easy thanks to the dynamic content we now have available in our flow. We'll pass our attachment content to the input file parameter right at the top, and we'll pass the display name value to the parameter directly underneath that. Below, we'll find a set of parameters asking for the first and last pages in our range of pages we'd like to delete. We'll satisfy both parameters with relevant column information from our SharePoint list. This way, the page range entered on our list will feed our page removal action directly. To finish up our flow, we'll now implement the Add Attachment action from the SharePoint connector. We'll configure this action with the same site address and list name as all our prior actions in this flow, and we'll use the same list item ID. To satisfy our file name field, we'll reuse the original display name value, but we'll type revised ahead of that to distinguish our updated PDF attachment from the original file. This is just one example of how to do this. We can do this however we want. We'll then of course use output content from our Remove PDF Pages action to set the content of our revised file. We'll now save this flow and run a quick test. Since we're testing an automated cloud flow, we'll need to perform the trigger action to run our test. That means heading over to our SharePoint list, creating a new item with a multi-page PDF attachment, and defining the range of pages we'd like to delete with a pair of integers. After our flow acknowledges the trigger action and runs to completion, we should see each action fired off properly here. When we head back to our SharePoint list, we should find the revised version of our PDF attached to the same list item we created. When we open both documents, we should find that we've successfully trimmed the document to our exact specifications. In this example, the original PDF document contained 4 pages, and it now contains 2, starting on what was originally the 3rd page. And that's all there is to it. If you have any questions for us after watching this video, please feel free to contact a member of our team.